A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat's Trading for Living Thursday live session. Yet another expiry week, third expiry for this month, and this week Nifty has seen some good up move, not just in Nifty, and many of the other stocks also have seen some very good up move in this week. So here we are with the Nifty chart. Nifty today opens at around 18,150 and now almost trading flat at around 18,115. You can see here for the last 4 days, starting from the lows of 17,745, we are already seeing the highs of 18,150 today, which means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and today Thursday, all 4 days we are seeing the markets in a very nice upward trajectory. So this is with respect to the Nifty, currently trading at 18,109 from the lows of 17,745 in this week has already scaled up to 18,150. This is the intraday chart of Nifty. And here we are with Bank Nifty from the lows of 41,230 up to the highs of 42,036 in this 4 days of about 800 points movement, currently trading at 41,875. Slightly it has retraced from the highs and it is already trading below the opening candle low. Opening candle low has been at around 41,873. So it is trading below 41,873. Currently trading at 41,890. This is the intraday chart of Bank Nifty. Let us quickly look into the expiry chart or the weekly chart, which is on the 2 hours time frame. You can see here last Friday it opened at around 41,750, and all of this week when you see on a Friday to Thursday's data on a 2 hours chart, this looks like fairly very sideways movement. Not only this entire Monday to Thursday, even in the last week from the date of 6th, today is 16th. So for the last 10 days it looks like the market has been in a band, and today with the opening candle it is reached 42,036. The breakout level had been at around 41,921. So it opens today above this level and now currently forming a red candle in Bank Nifty. So will it cross 42,036 is where the buying might happen today, and it might set a stage for the coming settlement also. So Bank Nifty on the verge of breakout. We will know whether the breakout is in the green candle or on the red candle at around 11 o'clock. That is the 2 hours candle that we use. So if the breakout candle is green, then we can trade for the higher levels. If the breakout candle happens to be red, then you wait for the high to cross in the next candle. So having said that, this is the expiry chart for Bank Nifty. Let us see what's the settlement chart looks like for the Nifty. Nifty also has having some trend for the last 2 weeks. From the budget days low of on the 1st of February, the budget day low has been at around 17,472. From there on it has moved about 600 points in the last 10 days. So, and today it has crossed the budget day's high. Today it has crossed the budget day high of 18,064. Yesterday's high was 18,016. I think yesterday's high was yesterday's high was around 18,049. So it came very close to the breakout level yesterday itself. It has been making a climb back from 17,745 and currently now trading at 18,105 above the breakout level, and this breakout candle is in the green. So this is the settlement chart for Nifty Friday to Thursday data. We are watching the settlement data on 2 hours time frame and intraday data on 15 minutes time frame. Trading in less than 15 minutes happens to be like a little difficult for a trend follower. Our systems are designed based on trend following concepts, and we want certain trends to develop. Yes, there could be smaller trends in 5 minutes time frame, but trends are dependent on the number of candles that we use. How do you know whether the trend is emerging or not? From the lows of, for example, from the lows of 17,872, you can see here 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is the 5th candle. So this is a very clear trend on the upside. So we need minimum of few candles to determine whether the trend is in the upside or in the downside, or whether the markets are trading sideways. So for any system to work well, you need to have a very precise definitions. If you do not have precise definition or a very clearly defined rules, then it becomes difficult for the system to understand whether the trend is there or not there. So when you are designing a system, keep in mind what are all the aspects that you have to define it very clearly. When you say trend following, you should know when is your trend starting or when is your trend ending, or what types of trends are there. There are generally like I have devised 4 types of trends. One is like uptrend, which is very clearly, it shows like the movement is from the lows to the highs is very clearly on the upside. Or like when we say like when the market is in downtrend, then we see like whether the charts are showing the flow from upside to the downside. Then this is you can see here, this is the downtrend, and here you can see it is an uptrend. Okay, so this way you need to have a clear definition for that. How do you, while watching this chart, you can say whether the chart is in uptrend or in downtrend, but how does the system know, and how does the system decipher whether the chart is in uptrend or downtrend is dependent on the kind of rules that you lay in your automation software. So this is with respect to the Nifty settlement week. Let us go through some of the banking stocks. This week we have seen banking stocks only for one day. This is the chart of Axis Bank on the weekly time frame, Monday to Friday. We will get back to our intraday chart. You can see here first candle high is 876 and now currently trading at 871 towards the low. So if it breaks 871, this is a sellout, or if it crosses 876, it is a buy. This is the trend stuck between the first candle high and low. Axis Bank, very critical movement. On the very first candle, it has produced a breakout signal as well as the breakdown signal. Bandhan Bank, well, the first candle high has been touched to 44.40. It is also in the good up move for last few days. Let us see the charts from February 13th. You can see here February 13th, that was Monday. It was around 245 levels itself. It came down to 232. From there on again it traveled back to the Monday level. So in the last 4 days, if you see, where has the Bandhan Bank moved? It has moved nowhere. But if you look into the details, from the highs of 245 came down to 232, from the lows of 232 again it went back to 245. So there has been some good downward movement as well as some good upward movement in this stock, which means like when you look at the end-to-end data, you will not understand what is happening in the stock. End-to-end data looks very flat. On a Monday it was at around 245, on a Thursday, today also it is around 245. So you might think like there is not much movement in the stock, but you can see when you zoom out and look into the details, you will know a lot more information out of that. This is the chart of Bank of Baroda from the lows of 163, currently trading at 171. Today also it is in the upward movement. Most of the banking stocks have done well this week in spite of index not reflecting it so much. Index, if you see on a 2 hours chart, it was showing a very sideways movement for last 10 days. This is the chart of Canara Bank from the lows of 284, has today touched 299. So good movement in Canara Bank also. Let us look into HDFC Bank. From the day's high of 2732 has now touched 2718. On the weekly chart, from the lows of 2675 has come to 2732, about 80 to 90 rupees movement in this 1 week. This is the chart of HDFC Bank. From the lows of 1646 has climbed up to 1682. Not much for a stock of HDFC stature which has got very good weightage. It has moved about 40 points in 4 days, but still it is in the upward trend. So this is the chart of HDFC Bank, currently in outrange mode, and current trading price is 1675. ICICI Bank, from the lows of 851 today has made a top at 877 and now has started coming down. From here on, where is the next sell level? It is showing at 854, quite far off. So you may have to wait for new sell levels to emerge in this particular stock, or the new breakout levels on the upside. Currently at 877 looks like the top, and there is no more buying when it crosses this high. Kotak Bank, from the lows of 1760s to the highs of 1800. Currently trading towards the day's high. 1797 is the current trading price. RBL Bank, 164. SBI makes a high of 548, comes down to 543. Looks like there is a first candle breakout, but it has shown a red candle, so wait for it to cross. This is SBI. From the lows of 532 in this week has moved up to 548. Not much movement in SBI also. Till very recently it was trading above 600. It was trading towards 620, 630 levels, and from there on very quickly it came down to the 500 levels. Well, there is some my system is not responding. 1 second. Sorry, yeah. On a daily chart, you can see here 630 was the recent high when 15th of December. From there on it came down to the lows of 571. It tried to climb back, but this time it made a lower high at 617, and from there on it has collapsed. As when it cut 571, it just went down to 502, and from the lows of 502 it is now once again trying to make a pullback, and it has created one tradable high at 559, which is now the current breakout even in the daily time frame, 559. So at least SBI has to cross 559, 560 to really see the next up move, or in the meanwhile will it again go down to 502 and go further down and make somewhere levels around 400, 450, we don't know. But on the daily charts, if you want to buy for short term investments, then wait for 560 to see on the screen. If you see 560 on the screen, then go ahead and buy. That is where the momentum will come for this particular stock. This is IndusInd Bank. From the highs of 1278 on a daily time frame has now come down to 1149. Excuse me. On the intraday chart, 1165 is the breakout level on the upside, and 1140 is the breakdown level on the downside. Currently trading in between these two levels in the no trading zone at around 1149. Intraday pattern is in ranger. Shriram Transport Finance currently trading at 1317. Let us look into some of the Tata Group stocks. Tata Chemicals currently trading at 1033. it has crossed over the resistance with very good volume, so there is some amount of buying emerging in Tata Chemicals at 1025. It opened at around 1015, goes and cuts 1025, makes a green candle, comes down to the lows of 1019, again in the next candle makes a high of 1028 and just shoots off to 1037 in the third candle. So if you had traded this stock, it would have hit the stop loss for you. So how do you determine your stop loss? You need to have a mechanism in place so that you do not lose much on your losing trades and you allow the winning trades to continue to win. This is the chart of Tata Communications, currently trading at 1250, has moved up from the lows of 1216 up to 1257 in this week. Tata Consumers currently trading well at 733. Tata Motors makes a high of 449 today and now currently trading at 446. From the lows of 435, it has climbed up 10 to 15 points in this week. Tata Power 206 was the high, day high, and 205.85. Tata Steel currently trading at 111.2, and this is the chart of TCS doing well at 3571. Let us see TCS on the daily time frame. If you remember, this was the results day candle. This candle's high was 3515. On that very particular day when the results were good, it made a high of 3515, which was like, it just touched the previous high of 3499. It had touched 3499 and from there on it took a very sharp fall, and on that day it closed much lower at around 3300 levels, and it took many days to start climbing back to the results day high, and finally when it crossed 3515, it is now trading at 3570. So this is how the movements happen. All of these points, whether it was 3499.95 or 3515.15 or now the current 3552, the breakout level, every decision making points are important for the trader to analyze and prepare for his next move. So for a trend follower, the highs and lows of any stocks are very, very important, whether it is the first candle high or low, whether it is first hour high or low, whether it is day high or low, whether it is 3 days high or low, whether it is 5 days high or low, or a weekly high or low, monthly high or low. All of these decision points are very, very important for a trader or at least a trend follower. There are so many other mechanisms in trend following, but generally since we use trend following in a classical way, our approach, and we have found a rhythm in trading the highs or lows, or trading only at the highs or lows. That is our mechanism that we have been following in our system. So there is no one single system which works in the market, and there is no one single system which works always in the market. There is any single system you can pick up, and definitely that setup will work for few of the times. The consistency or the winning ratio will improve not with your setups, it will improve with your risk management. Well, today is the third settlement for the week, for the February month. Let us go back to the Nifty and Bank Nifty charts before we close. Nifty currently trading at 18132. On a intraday time scale, it is now the high is 150 and low is the first candle low of 18,075. Let us go back to the Bank Nifty chart. Trading near the breakout level on the daily time frame also. There could be a big push on Bank Nifty charts. Watch out for Bank Nifty in the coming week. There might be big push coming in Bank Nifty. Currently trading at 41,944, but if you see the daily time frame, so this is the February 1st high is 42,251. Maybe this is the level that you need to watch out for. So which also means maybe there is something in, yeah, this is the daily chart of Nifty, currently trading at 18,136. The breakout level was at 17,974. The February beginning high was at around 18,063, which is also taken out today. Yesterday's high was 49 and today it has taken out the monthly high also. I think we are headed upwards in the near term. Both Nifty and Bank Nifty are headed upwards in the near term. Watch out for some good movement on the upside. You can be long calls or in futures. So, but be aware of your entry levels, exit levels, stop losses, risk management. All of those things will determine your trade and not just your entry or exits. Well, having said that, have a very profitable expiry day, have a very profitable week. Let us see how the weekend trading, the Friday trading happens tomorrow. Until then, Om Swasti.